and welcome. It's Monday, 28th October 2024. Mental health is real. Seek help. End the stigma. On the news this evening, gunmen kill one, abduct another in Igweche, Rivers State. Lawyer says those summoned by Rivers Panel of Inquiry not obligated to appear. Police arrest federal lawmaker for assaulting e-hailing driver in Abuja. On the foreign scene, attack on Chad military base kills at least 40 soldiers. I am Constance Irele Mega. Have reportedly abducted a businessman, Sonny Onweze, and shot dead Samuel Okere, a father of four. The incident happened during an attack at an estate near Army Range in Igweche area of Eche local government area, Rivers State, last Saturday. It was gathered that Mr. Onweze deals in scrap metal at the Mile 3 building material market, while the other victim, Mr. Okere, who was shot dead, was a generator mechanic. Meanwhile, Peace Ulako Samuel, widow of late Mr. Okere, narrated how her late husband was killed by the gunmen in their neighborhood.
What happened now? Not even in that hour, street or the next street. What happened now? I heard another hour. I told my children, oh, yeah, let's enter. Maybe your daddy is hiding wherever he is. You understand? Because of the gunshot, let's enter inside. He will come back. So when the second one, the bullet, so I started calling his line.
Well, Mrs. Samuel, a mother of four, also called for justice for her late husband. The Rivers State Police Command is yet to respond to inquiries on this. In another development, a lawyer, Obediah Charles Mbaba, has raised concerns over the rising number of police checkpoints along the Iguruta Chokocho Road in Eche local government area. In an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka, Mr. Mbaba claimed that the checkpoints are causing unnecessary traffic gridlock and alleged that some officers are engaging in extortion. He called on the Commissioner of Police, Muhammad Mustafa, to instruct his officers to leave the road to ensure smooth traffic flow.
I want to use this medium to call on the Commissioner of Police, Rivers State, to caution his men and officers and possibly redeploy them from Igirita Chokocho Road. Their presence is now constituting nuisance in a way that you will see more than 5 police roadblocks at different points. Enough is enough. We cannot continue to fold our hands and allow this to continue. Painful enough. From 7 p.m., you can never see a single police officer on that road when their presence is most needed for security in the night.
Well, the police are yet to respond to this allegation. Elsewhere, the Federal Capital Territory Police Command has arrested a federal lawmaker for assaulting an e-hailing cab driver in Abuja. Police spokesperson for the command, Josephine Ade, confirmed in a statement that Alex Ikweche is at the Maitama police station undergoing questioning. She said the driver, Stephen Abuwatseya, reported the matter to the command. Well, the statement said preliminary investigations showed that Mr. Abuatseya was delivering a package to Mr. Ikweche, when a dispute began concerning the method of delivery. It also cautioned the public against using the name or office of the Inspector General of Police to intimidate citizens. In a related development, the Nigeria Police have arraigned a police inspector and former member of the Anti-Courtesan Police Squad in Enugu State, Joseph Ozonwanji, before a magistrate court for killing a musician, Okeziemba, over the weekend. Now, his arraignment followed his orderly room trial and approval of his dismissal and arraignment by the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 13, AIG Godwin Agolo. Now, the police prosecution was led by the officer in charge of the Enugu Police Command, SP Justice Atta and Emmanuel Ajogu. Moving on, the Judicial Commission of Inquiry set up to investigate the burning and destruction of some council secretariats in Rivers State has summoned some former and current chairman of the affected councils. Well, this is contained in a statement by the chairperson of the Commission of Inquiry, Justice I.R. Minakiri. Well, those invited are the former chairman of Ikwere Local Government, Samuel Wanosike, the current chairman, Israel Abosi, former chairman of Eleme, Obariloma Teolo, current chairman, Brain Gokba, current chairman of Emoha, David Omereji, current chairman of Kana, Martin Swibo, current and immediate past chairman of Abu Odual, chairman of Obiakbo, Chijoke Hungo, as well as current and immediate past chairman of Aoda West local government area. About 80 other persons from 7 local government areas were also summoned by the commission. Meanwhile, the Chancellor of the International Society for Social Justice and Human Rights, Jackson Omenazu, says he doubts if the outcome of the Judicial Commission of Inquiry will be implemented. Speaking with correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu, Dr. Omenazu advised against coming up with what he called unimplementable white paper.
Setting up Judicial Commission of Inquiry is one thing. Enforcing the outcome is another thing. Because several Judicial of Inquiry have been set up in the state. But from my records, the enforcement of those outcome of those Judicial Inquiry have not been clinical. Well, so far so good. There is a commission established by law. They have the statutory right to do their job and come up with their findings. And then they should engage possibly the civil society organizations for authentication of their evidences. And then they can go for prosecution if the law empowers them to prosecute. But what I am against is coming out with a white paper that is not implementable. That's a waste of public resources.
But Dr. Omenazu also called for the setting up of Rivers State Human Rights Commission to tackle all human rights cases instead of a commission of inquiry to tackle selected matters.
I've been advocating for the Rivers State Human Rights Commission. That takes care of all the human rights and the violations that are taking place in this state. The Commission of Inquiry comes and goes, but the violation continues unabated. There is a Rivers State Human Rights Commission established by law. It takes care of most of this. And such Human Rights Commission will have the power to go to court for the commission and think the outcome. It is the Human Rights Commission office. Whether it is there or not, the commission has the right to prosecute violators.
In the same vein, a lawyer and member of the APC, Achinike Williams Wobodo, says individuals summoned by the commission are not obligated to appear, as declining the invitation is not a crime. Mr. Williams Wobodo said a Supreme Court judgment settled the issue of a commission of inquiry.
They have not committed any crime. If they so decide not to appear, they have not committed any crime. And I'm not the one saying so. The Supreme Court said so. The Supreme Court said so in Rotimi Adumechi versus Rivers State Government delivered in 2022. They are entitled to appear or not to appear. So the Supreme Court said, I didn't say so. Whatever the panel does is not an indictment. It may lead to a further investigation. I didn't say so. Supreme Court said so. And I've cited the authority which emanated from the Rivers State government.
But Mr. Williams Wobodo also urged the governor to include the burning of a part of the Rivers State House of Assembly complex as part of the terms of reference for the Judicial Commission of Inquiry. On his part, a former commissioner for employment, Lelo Nunwi Bubasa, said those summoned should go and clear their names if they are not behind the incident in their local government areas.
So Rivers State to set up the Judicial Commission of Inquiry. I'm also very glad that that commission has also moved swiftly into action. And so whoever has been invited, it is your duty as a citizen of the country, as an indigenous of Rivers State, to come and testify before the commission what you know about the incident. And so I think it's a step in the right direction. People should be free to air their views and opinion. And if they are found culpable, there shouldn't be any time wasted to ensure that the long arm of the law gets to them.
Still to come, university students react to SANU NASU nationwide strike. Stay tuned. News. A chieftain of the PDP in Rivers State, Ogbonna Nwuke, says the continued postponement of the NWC meeting will not be counterproductive in addressing the party's crisis, including that of the state. Mr. Nwuke made this known to correspondent Sebi Oruwari while speaking on the lingering internal crisis facing the national leadership of the PDP and how it is worsening the political crisis.
Meeting for what we consider action on the part of the party in the face of a forthcoming election. What is critical is no matter what happens, the PDP must meet to have conversations relating to issues that are emanating from its fold. Will be moved in such a manner to discuss the issues that I don't think that a delay in having a meeting of the PDP will be counterproductive.
Well, Mr. Nwuke also explained that those attempting to stop the NWC meeting from holding will be disappointed with the outcome when it is held.
Positions have been taken. It is growing realization in line with convention, in line with precedent, that the governor of Rivers State must be allowed to play his role as the leader of the party in his state. The governor of Rivers State is also showing capacity as an emergent leader. What is left is for broad conversations to take place at the national level. There are people who are stalling, people who think that if a meeting is held, this chess game that is going on will come to an end. It doesn't matter how long it takes. I think that the Rivers crisis will be sorted out nicely and neatly when the party meets.
Well, recall that recently the PDP Governors Forum announced the postponement of the highest decision-making organ of the party for the third time due to the internal crisis facing the leadership. Moving on now, area of Rivers State have passed a vote of confidence on President Bola Tinubu, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike and APC's Tony Okocha. The motion for the vote of confidence was affirmed unanimously through a voice vote by all the delegates from the 20 wards in Port Harcourt City local government area who were present in the meeting, as moved by a former candidate of the APC for Port Harcourt's City Federal Constituency 1, Felix Anokuru. Well, they said the vote of confidence passed on President Tinubu was for his policies and programs geared towards repositioning and transforming Nigeria through his renewed hope agenda. Well, the vote of confidence was also passed on the FCT minister for his leadership qualities and excellent performance as the FCT minister. And then Antonio Kocha for his visionary, pragmatic, and effective and people-centered leadership style. In his response, Mr. Okocha thanked the stakeholders of the party in Falga for the meeting and for the vote of confidence passed on President Tinubu and the FCT minister. Well, our correspondent reports that those who attended the stakeholders meeting include Lasbury Amadi, Irene Inimba, amongst other top APC stalwarts in Falga. To education now. Some Nigerian students have shared mixed reactions to the indefinite strike called by the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, SANU, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU. In an interview, some graduating students of the University of Port Harcourt expressed concern over potential delays in their school clearance, while others doubted that the strike would significantly disrupt their academic activities. Well, our correspondents visited the University of Port Harcourt and observed that examinations in some departments went on without interruption. Well, in reaction, Secretary of SANU Uniport Chapter, Michael Ezebaraba, said a complete shutdown of activities would take effect tomorrow. He added that electricity, water, and other basic services have already been withdrawn in compliance with the strike, and he said the union is being owed 4 months of unpaid arrears. In other news, the Northern region is marking its 8th consecutive day without electricity. The outage was triggered last Monday after the tripping off of the 330 kV circuit transmission line between Benue and Enugu. Now, the transmission line between Shiroro and Kaduna was also affected. The Transmission Company of Nigeria has acknowledged the ongoing outage, assuring residents that they are taking measures to restore power to the northern region. We'll go on another break and then the news continues. Stay tuned. At least 40 Chadian soldiers have been killed after their base was attacked on Sunday evening on an island called Bakaram. President Mahamat Debi, in a statement, has ordered a counter mission to track down the culprits. And that's the news. But before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news this evening, you heard that gunmen have killed one person and abducted another in Igweche, Rivers State. A lawyer says those summoned by the Rivers State Judicial Panel of Inquiry are not obligated to appear before it. Now, police have arrested a federal lawmaker for assaulting an e-hailing driver in Abuja. And on the foreign scene, an attack on Chad military base has killed at least 40 soldiers. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Irele Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.